Guten Tag, und my name is Karl Marx, writer of such works as The Communist Manifesto and Das Kapital. I am here to talk to you about the public sphere and how the public sphere has benefited from the popularity of the internet. I will do this in 3 parts. Number 1. What is the public sphere? Who created the public sphere and how this theory came about? 2. We will then look at how the technologies like printing, radio, and television have altered the direction of the public sphere while in private hands. 3. Finally, I show how the internet has given us both capitalistic and anti-capitalistic websites, which have begun moving the public sphere back into the public hands. Schnell, let us begin. To first understand the public sphere, you must first understand critical theory. Critical theory uses the Marxist perspective, I always like saying that is seeking emancipation and change in a dominant social order. The concept itself was created by Max Horkheimer. Dankeschön. But the meaning we use today comes from fellow Frankfurt School Marxist scholar Jürgen Habermas, who is also the person who gave us the idea of a public sphere. This concept allows us to view how individuals interact with the society at large.
Exactly. It's a space where citizens come together to debate and discuss the pressing issues of their society.
Ideally, it would be a space where well-informed citizens would discuss matters of common public interest, outside of the context of private interest.
Order, order! Do you kids want to be like the real UN? Or do you just want to squabble and waste time?
But of course, that is not what we live in today. So instead, we can use this concept to see how public opinion is guided by the dominant culture in which we live. For example, in the past it was religious organizations that directed the public opinion. These public opinions then form the identities within society. Since the creation of the Gutenberg printing press, we have seen this power move from dominant ruling classes like religion and royalty to private hands. As these technologies have evolved, one defining factor has continued: the lack of ability for the public to interact with their chosen media, and more importantly, the will of the people to do so. To own the medium of the message is to own the meaning of the message. As we all know, most of us can't go out and buy a television station or a radio station to broadcast our voices. But with the popularity of the internet, the ability to own our medium becomes closer to a reality. The internet gives the user control for relatively low costs of an internet subscription fee. A computer and a software are also needed. Along with the ability to broadcast ourselves, the internet has allowed the user the ability to undermine one specific anti-democratic force within our society: capitalism. As economist John Galbraith has said, capitalism is a communication system that enables corporations to reach forward and control its market, and to manage its behavior and shapes the social attitude of those it serves. We are beginning to see the emergence of the anti-capitalistic activities throughout the net, which undermines these powers, taking out of the hands of a few and into the hands of the many. We are seeing more and more people come up with their own creative, independent way of adding to the public sphere, from blogging to online audio broadcasting. Some of the most impressive advancements in public sphere are being made completely outside of capitalism, through file-sharing networks like LimeWire and video-sharing sites found on ovguide.com, where anyone with broadband connection can have access to several pirated material within seconds. We often hear articles from leading professionals declaring that the internet, like everything else, will eventually give way to the market. But thankfully, this has come to be almost impossible since the medium is no longer exclusively the domain of corporations. If a popular website is purchased by a large corporation and begins restricting its users from interactivity, those users can simply take themselves to a different site or start their own website elsewhere. In conclusion, while admittedly not everyone has access to the internet to create their own content, we are still seeing the closest example to Habermas's public sphere using media to date.